Top flight stuff. That's the new single from Chumbawamba on One Little Indian Records. Timebomb, the title of it. And Tormented Cry of Young Norwich. That's Ivy, that's the name of the band, Wish You Would, and it comes from an EP on Noisebox Records called Backwater One. 3 other got a bit of a telling off from one of our engineers for talking over the end of the Reload track that I played earlier in the programme, so I'm not risking incurring his wrath again. That's Sons of the Subway on Infinite Records again, this time from the CD Usability. Now, it's not a catchy name for a record, that, is it? Perhaps it has some meaning which I don't understand. Often the case, actually. Locked Out is the title of it, and this is the new single from Jacob's Mouse, in which their sound at times rather like Elvis Costello, I think.
For all of you to understand, the reader will enjoy a visual treasury of their word, gain understanding of the story value in this book. 2 decades later, and there's still a special quality that is achieved all by those cherishing what's in their care. And how it was rooted in 1920 you were young and let's subscribe by one. Precepts of pain and favored by the hostile climate change. Majestic birds emergency with death a hidden view. The group of 7 was a proactive minority. The group of 7 was a national identity. The group of 7 based on others' creativity. The group of 7 had determination guaranteed. The group of 7, the group of 7, the group of 7 set to 7, set to 7, set.
Jacob's Mouse, their new single, which is on Ouija Records, and that's called Group of 7, and we got our first.
Έλα να δεις και να ακούσεις το εγγλέζικο σχέδιο. Η εργατική τάξη θέλει λεφτά, κακιά υγεία, ζητάνε τσιγάρα. Σοφοί άνθρωποι ξενιτεύονται σε άλλες χώρες. Σαν το μεγάλο σου αδερφό.
Retirement brought onto the people.
Fall from the forthcoming bunch of EPs, CDs, whatever it is they're going to be. That's called Happy Holiday. Urgent travel information from BBC Travel. The northbound A6 is blocked by an accident in Stockport, Greater Manchester. Northbound A6 blocked by an accident. Here are the Palace Brothers again in session. Paula.
I love to see a milky white angel getting her deserved rest, drooling into my chest here and softly singing our love nest. We held each other up on the bobbing streets to home. She humored my softness, recognizing good intentions. I'll let your spider eat my fly if I can scratch your belly. And never let me catch you with another, unless to teach me a lesson. Sweetheart, couldn't do better. I eat mush like a ramrod. I got a whale of a wild heart now. If heaven's tits weren't gleaming up to tease me, I'd tumble down the basement stairs to live amongst the dog beds and the pipe and eavesdrop when you slip into the tub. You'll howl with all your doors closed and watch me stumble past a golden gilded stumbleweed, a husband that will last. Sweetheart, you couldn't do better. I eat like a ramrod. I have a whale of a wild heart tonight.
Well up to the mark, if you ask me. Those are the Palace Brothers in session, and that's called Paula. And what information do we have about them? The single Ohio River Boat Song, which of course you heard on this programme, well, a couple of years ago, I'd have thought, is going to be released by Big Cat in February, and they hope to tour here again in the spring. And if they do, we'll certainly get them in for another session. And next time I shall certainly go and see them, having missed them this time. That happens a lot. It's most frustrating. This next is a track from a CD called Teen Beat on Ace Records. 30 great racking instrumentals, it says. And this one is, it's called Twitchy by Rene, I guess you probably pronounced himself Hall. But in fact, the man to listen for is a fellow called, I wrote his name down, Willie Joe Duncan, who plays a device called the Unitar, which, as you might imagine from its name, is a single-stringed guitar. You'll recognise it pretty quickly, I suspect. I like to think of.
47th Street, Chicago. She hooks up with a heart of dirt. I gotta say it's odd how someone's fun makes another one hurt. I gotta admit that I got no experience with these. It sounds to me like good disease.
What a great record that is, and I hope it's being played a lot on the radio. Certainly should be. My copy of it is slightly scratchy, I have to admit, but I hope that didn't spoil your enjoyment. That's Done Lying Down from Boston, but now based in Britain, I think, and Dissent is the title of it. And here's a letter from Paula, who writes to me from Her Majesty's Prison, Walton, and he says, could I please play a record for Andrea? I'm very happy to do that, and I think this will suit the bill just nicely. Pete Namlook and Geir Jenssen.
Deep thunder rolled around their shores. Thunder rolled around their shores.
Pete Namlook and Geir Jenssen on Apollo Records, and that's The Fires of Orc 2 for Paul and Andrea in Liverpool. Every once in a while you get... Well, I mean, obviously I love getting letters, no question about that, and it's one of the high points of the job in a way. But every once in a while you get one you think, this represents really nothing but trouble at all. And I won't tell you where it comes from or who it's from, but it starts thus. Dear Mr. Peel, I have written a rap based on the story of Cinderella, and I'm wondering what to do with it next. There is, I think, no civil answer to that. This is Madder Rose, True Religion. Madder Rose in session, and that's called True Religion. And last night when I was in bed, because when I'm in town I stay at my brother's house, he switches off the heating and goes and stays somewhere else. Well, it's kind of true. I was reading the Independent catalogue, issue 10 November and December, and it mentioned in there somewhere, amongst like in a section I have called the Futures Market, about new bands that are signed to labels and so forth. It says something like obscure Liverpool group signed to somebody expected to do what Truman's Water have done. And I can't find the actual piece now, but I wonder if they were thinking about these folk. This is really excellent stuff. How I missed it the first time around when the LP came out in the summer, I simply don't know. A 10-inch LP, though, by Elevate and on their own record label. And that was called, the LP is called Manic Spill. That was Shows How Halo. I've found the piece in the magazine that I was talking about earlier on in the latest issue of the Independent Catalogue. It's mainly about John Robb, I think, in a paragraph about John Robb, and it says something about an out-of-nowhere Scouse crew who have the same dislocated sense of rock as Truman's Water. So I'm not sure that it means Elevate, but it could do. And I spoke to them last week, and they were looking for a new drummer, I think they said, and as soon as they find one, well, I think we'll go ahead and get them in for a session, because on the evidence of that, anyway, they're going to be well worth hearing. As indeed are Crowsdale. If you listened to last night's programme, I played a track by them already. It's from a new double single pack on Jettison Records out of Durham, North Carolina. The band come from Jacksonville, Florida. What's her name? Shannon Wright is the sort of singer, and she has a wonderful southern accent, but the whole thing is terrific. This is called Trunk. Right, that's Sentry, who you've heard in session on Andy Kershaw's programme. That's on Conscious Sounds Records, a long, long time dub, the title of it. Before that, it was Crowsdale from Jacksonville, Florida, and that's on Jettison Records, and the track was called Trunk. Another extraordinary coincidence there, actually, because our first pop star match review, of course, we were discussing The Fall, and there was a Fall record already queued up to play immediately after it. On this occasion, two members of the Palace Brothers are called Oldham, and we were just talking about Oldham's win against Norwich this afternoon. It does make you wonder, doesn't it, at times? Will Oldham writes the songs, and he has this gift of making them all sound as though they were set to Southern Baptist hymn tunes. Maybe they are, but... you know, they sound like that anyway. The Palace Brothers, Good Night Moon, more from them later on. And this is Half Man, Half Biscuit.
Watch out, world, I'm a man at ease, free to do whatever, when I want. Lonely heathland, here I come, deathless, useless bracken underfoot. Happy days are here again. It's just like I'm 14 again. I can't cope, but don't tell your mum, not while she's got medicine head on the time thousands in the but I get by, got a lot on my mind. I get by, got allotments on my mind. The three men I admire most, the Father, Son and Mickey Mouse, took the last train for the coast and rendezvoused with Peter Glaze to kill Don McLean. Turned on, clocked on, laid off. Turned on, clocked on, laid off. Sign on with no hope in your heart when you walk through a storm. You get wet.
Half Man, Half Biscuit from their LP This Leaden Paul on Pro Plus Records. That's Paul as in P-A-L-L. And Turned Up, Clocked On, Laid Off is the title of that. Always excellent stuff, although if you're under, say, 20, some of the cultural references might be slightly before your time. You might, for example, not know who Medicine Head are or were. Well, they recorded several records for Dandelion Records, which is a label that I used to be involved with millions of years ago. And this was their very first single back from 1969 and was recorded for all of 18 shillings in a kitchen somewhere, I think. And it sounds wonderful. I still believe that.
I didn't spill no blood, didn't cut any skin. The spot written in flesh was arranged from within. I'd give both my eyes and with my hands I'd part. Then I'd not be losing the love in my heart. I'm giving out thanks to my Lord. It would be a war. It put me in the spirit. It took the two by the jaw. Ashes and sackcloth made me weak and lean. Now they're down in dust 'cause they kept my heart unclean. When I cast my face on the waters, holding my heart in my mouth. My loving will return to you from east, west, north, and south. It put me in the spirit. It took the tooth by the jaw. It brought me to his feet with his guiding hand.
If you're listening carefully, you can even have heard where the master tape, such as it was, got slightly stretched before the thing was pressed. That's Medicine Head from 1969 and his guiding hand. And this is
3, 4.
The West End voice, and this is your station.
20 Foot Red, Madder Rose in session. They're currently recording their second LP in New York, and that's due for release in March, and they hope to tour Europe early in the new year. And once again, if they do, we'll try and get them in for another session. Next door, where Johnny Walker takes over at 7 o'clock, the Helicasters and Sean Colvin are actually rehearsing now, I think, getting sound and that kind of thing sorted out. And you also have a chance to hear Aerosmith recorded in Brussels on their current tour, and Aerosmith will be Neil James guests on Rockline tomorrow at 1 o'clock on 1FM. What have I got for you now? Another from the Fall.
Since biblical times, man has witnessed and recorded strange manifestations in the sky and speculated on the possibilities of visitors from another world.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
motema Sala
Sun Electric, and this is their contribution to Volume 8, the CD and magazine, Love to Love. Just spoken to the pig on the phone. She'd been to the Ipswich Blackburn match and said, Ipswich are fantastic, really good, really determined to do better than they have done in recent matches, which is good to hear, because I'd hate to see them going down. And Eddie Yowd scored the goal, and a team effort was the impression that I got, and Kenny Dalglish wearing a rather nice dark coat. So there you are, another match report for you. This is from the Palace Brothers in session, the last from them, it's Water.
I'd trade my own mother in if you'd point me a lake, less a moment it would take to find me treading within. If there was a thing missed by me, it's the much honored chance to have this last dance with a column of watery spray. Just one last swallow before I sing. In the cradling limbs of the demon what swims in the oceanic tumble of think.
Palace Brothers in session, the last of them. What a good session too. Look forward to seeing them if they do come back in the new year. That's called Water. And a letter from Sarah and Phil. A letter of admonishment, it must be said, from Staley Bridge, Cheshire. It says, why, oh, why, after so many years of devoted reference to the pig, do you on your daytime show suddenly go all coy and refer to Sheila, my wife? Has the fame gone to your head? Surely not. Lots of love and good wishes and so forth. Well, the main reason, to be honest, Sarah and Phil, is because I thought that the millions of new listeners that we have on the exciting new 1FM might not know who the pig was. was, but I stand corrected and will never do it again, I promise. This is the last from Madder. Oh, before I play you this, let me tell you who's in session next weekend. On Friday night, between 10 and 1, it's Lois and the New Bomb Turks. On Saturday afternoon, Ian Rush, the band of that name rather than the excellent footballer, and half Japanese. If we could get the footballer in for a session, I certainly would. Then the following week, just so you can make a note in your diary, God is My Co-Pilot and the Chords on Friday night, and on Saturday afternoon, in a fortnight's time, a repeat of the session from Elastica, which was really good, and a new session from The Fall. Could anything be more perfect in the run-up to Christmas? This is Madder Rose, the last from them. Bring It Down. two gem-like sessions for you this afternoon. That was Madder Rose, also back early in the new year, and that was called Bring It Down. Here's something for Eddie Youds, man of the afternoon in our house. Those are the Jiver Tones and Wild Bird. It's another track from that Teen Beat compilation on Ace Records. And because there's been a kind of country feel to this programme this afternoon, albeit country with a kind of hidden menace, I'm going to end with a track from the new LP by the Walkabouts on Sub Pop Records. The LP is called Satisfied Mind, and this is the Walkabouts version of Charlie Ritchie's Feel Like Going Home.
Lord, I feel like going home.
On Sub Pop Records, perhaps rather surprisingly, The Walkabouts from an LP called Satisfied Mind, and this is called Feel Like Going Home, and my line...
Copy.